Hello everyone! My name's Botanist Cool. Today we're going to be painting Onbu from The Wandering Village. Someone reminded me that I have to finish painting this guy, and I'm like, yeah, fuck, I do, you're right. I finished the legs, finished the underbelly, finished everything. I gotta finish this, and I gotta finish that. Hi, Sleepy. Sleepy, give yourself a shout out, please, and thank you. Sleepy was playing One Shot earlier. Fucking gorgeous game, and we just realized how unfair the world is. Alright, let's get started. It's been a while since I've painted in general. I've had a rough couple weeks where I just haven't had the inspiration to paint. It's been a few weeks I've really been able to work on this, so yeah, I know, right? Let's take a look at colors I want to use. Keep this in the background for later, maybe. That's a nice gray. Don't want to use copper. This might work out for some things. Monster brown might be a good way to start, actually. Minotaur hide for some details. Seriously, that might help out on some. Even though it's a skin tone, I think it might be able to be used well for some stuff. Let's start off Monster Brown. I think that's just gonna be their classic start. We'll just go from there. Thank you for reminding me about this guy, Sleepy. Almost done. Literally all I have left is this. That's it. And yet I haven't touched it in God knows how long. It's one of those, I suppose. We'll be using a slightly bigger brush to get these bigger areas painted. How does the music sound, by the way, compared to my voice? I made it a little louder than typical. Tell me how the music sounds compared to my voice. I say tell me how it sounds, and then I fucking don't speak. Fucking brilliant work, Steph. Like, yeah. Hey, tell me how the music sounds compared to my voice. Also, I'm gonna go silent for the next 10 to 15 solid seconds and not say jack fucking shit. Good luck figuring it out, you know? I'm brilliant, guys. I'm so smartificated. So fucking good at this shit. I know, right? I know, right? I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I should probably say something so she has something to compare it to, like, you know? Fucking brilliant shit there. Where did I put my flock anyways? That's my real question. I know I have flocks somewhere. Where the fuck did I put? Flock? I have flock and sand that's waiting to go on the back of this guy. I don't remember where I put it at all. I will have to look for it. Sounds good though, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think this was the right color to start with. So what we'll do is we're going to dry brush lighter colors on here later and do some outlining to make it look a little stonier. But I think this is the right color to start with. Minotaur hide or whatever it was. Monster brown, excuse me. It also differentiates the color from this brown, which if I recall correctly is like dirt brown or dirt spatter. Excuse me. I'm probably gonna want to do a little bit more dry brushing with the green on here later, just to get a on the bottom. I think about it once in a while. Harvest Moon has a Rune Factory Fantasy Harvest Moon, right? Or now Fantasy Story of Seasons. Good stuff. They made Innocent Life once, which was a futuristic Harvest Moon. Never continued on with that, and I was a little sad about that. I'm like, future, sci-fi, farming, hey. For the last, I never continued. I think it's only like a PlayStation exclusive, if I recall correctly. So non-PlayStation users couldn't even play it. I don't know if it's even significantly available anymore. I don't think it is. As many games are in 290. There are not a lot of games that are as available as they used to be, obviously. Big problem, preservation. Very important that we could do it. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna swap my feet. Literally just like swap my sitting position. I'm not sure if I'm dizzy because of my glasses or because of the Adderall that I'm now on. One of those where I can't quite tell the difference. I have only like a week to figure out if it's my glasses or... Like a return to glass if it's glasses of it. Hang on. Oh, I had the brown spread a little bit from the side of the walls to Onbu's body, so I was like, ah, fuck, let's get that off real quick. Did not want that, obviously. I'm not going to paint in every part so heavily. I'm going to try to keep it parts a little lightly painted. That color dynamic, I think, is going to be nice. Like, having too much of that color. Not enough variation. Like, it's not stone, it's just solid. I gave it a once over and give it like a leather. I got lighted sides again with the monster brown. At least some darker sides still have that. Oh fuck! I realized how far back I'm holding it. Have that. Oh, where am I? I'm holding it right here. Have that tinge of like that darker brown that I had on the bottom. It's gonna dry to still darker, but it's gonna be too dark. It's gonna look almost blotchy, I think. I can kind of add like a blotch. We're gonna dry brush all this over. We're meeting tomorrow. Good now that I think about it. Things are coming to my brain like, I got this. Yeah, so internal supports for this mini have been coming out all day. Like a lot. It's really funny. Shit, yeah, it's still very strong. Supports. Yeah, I got this. A lot of things there. Hold on, give me a second. So we can cut that out. I'm gonna get something real quick. Dry brush. All right. So what lighter browns do I have? This is, I think, lighter. Not. This might be lighter. I do not think it is. It's not. We're gonna have to start mixing with colors like fucking Wraithbone, I think. Oh, hold on. Nope. Flayed Flesh. Fun color names. Let me take a look here. We have fair skin, which actually might be a good color to use. So let's take a little bit of fair skin. What we're gonna do with fair skin is we're gonna mix it 1-to-1 with monster breath. I'm gonna mix them separately though, like I'm gonna put a station here. Okay, here. Kind of deal, and then a brush thing. Okay, we're gonna do a 2-to-1 ratio. What it looks like. 2 drops of monster bone for 1 fair skin. Monster flesh or hide or whatever it's called. Alright. Nice and dry. Get some water, actually. Don't forget to drink, guys, if you haven't drank yet. Get yourself a sippy sip. Ugh. Good shit. Ooh, excuse me. Nice and dry brushed, ready to go.
I come to make an announcement.
Shadow the Hedgehog's a bitch ass motherfucker. Hi Falconis, how are you doing today? We're painting Onbu. Let's put a little bit more monster hide in there. Set every monster fucker out there. I know you exist. Do not think you could hide from me. How you doing today, Falconis? A relaxing day. A much needed, relaxing day. That's a nice differentiation. Tired, valid. Hopefully it wasn't too rough a day on you. Not work, or not like... And hopefully it's not a bad tired either, you know what I'm saying? There's always like a productive, good tired. It's like, ah, oh, fuck, I just did a lot of good shit today and I'm fucking tired. And then there's like a bad tired. It's like, ah, oh, I did nothing today except for this bullshit. And I hate it, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully it's a good time. I like being busy. There's a good busy and a bad busy. Like, ah, I'm busy preparing for a charity event. Fucking good busy. Ah, I'm busy pushing paperwork. Bad busy. No? Though to be fair, sometimes preparing for a charity event is a lot of paperwork. So a lot of messages and yada yada yada, so... Even if not traditionally paperwork, it can be a lot of it. Or it could be something, it would be a lot of something similar. Alright, this one we gotta be very light. Because we're doing a very light color. let's get I'm gonna get a bit of a darker brown. Kind of go over all this one more time and then get up to the edge highlighting. I do just have like a brown wash I can use. I think I have an Agrax Earthshade somewhere too. That might work really well. Nope, not that one. Reichland Flesh, nope. Nope. Hello? Nope. Nope. Ah, here we are. Agrax Earthshade. A nice dark brown shade. How dark do I want it to be though? I think I'm gonna... So we're gonna go refill my water and like add some water drops. All right, sit down. Add a few drops of water. I want it to be a really light wash. I barely want it to. I just want it to like darken up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I barely want it. Then maybe I shouldn't do the Agrax Earthshade now then. That's gonna be very dark, isn't it? Let me test. Let me test. Oh. Yeah, it's not too bad actually. I got plenty of... Got it plenty thin enough that's not gonna be... Alright, that's cool. I do want to get those crevices and creeks and yada yada. Build with some darker brown. Come on. Let that dry for a second. Get all the pools of liquid out of here real quick. That right here. Ta-da. So we just do a little bit of waiting. I'm gonna go stretch. Right back. Doing good though. Okay, hold on. Let me get a few more pools actually. Alright, we're back. See you guys in a second. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Alright, we can let it dry. It's looking pretty great, actually. Look at that. That's looking like stone. It's looking really like nice color differentials and shit like that. What I'm gonna do, actually, I'm gonna just do a little pats on it. Kind of get like big pats of color here and there, like I did on my other thing. So like that, right? We're gonna get the mixed lighter version. Want that lighter version? What I want to do is essentially I want to give it a texture of stone too. It's looking like stone, but I want to give it a texture like stone. That adding like random dots could give a bit more. Gotta make it. Guess I gotta make it less of a dry brush, more of an actual like, thing. So let's try that. I want to speck it on there. Like that. There we go. Stretch and hydrate. Thank you, Sleepy. You want me by the texturing? That's the texturing I'm talking about. Make it look nice and stony. What I'm doing that? Like it looks rough and textured. Definitely what I want. What I could do is I could add some darker texturing to certain areas. Yeah, smaller dry brush should do. And lighter ones to other areas, then highlight certain areas and yada yada yada. Which, you know what? Actually, I want to put a little bit of Minotaur hide in here. Click that. Not working. I just put Monster Head instead. Maggie! Hello! Hi, Maggie! Quick shout out to Maggie. Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome on in, Raiders. My name is Stefan, Botanist Cool. I shout out the wrong Maggie Birch. Ignore that. Guys, Maggie Birch is a fantastic VTuber who has a very adorable, like, bear-themed gardening model. Awesome shit. And we met by accident during the Streamers for Trans Rights event last year. And I am so thankful I got to meet her. She's awesome as hell. Go give her some love if you haven't already. Follow her. She's awesome. Give her some love, all right, guys? And welcome on in. Bunny Cartoon, Megadan X, Armstrong, and Valeria Asteria. Welcome on in, everyone. My name's Stefan, Botanist Cool. Mini painter, actual botanist, and dork. I am painting Onbu from the Wandering Village. We're getting a lot of the texturing done for the top here. The bottom's pretty much all the way done. And later on, we're going to do a whole bunch of stuff up here. And yada yada. So, Valeria Asteria, thank you very much for the follow. I really greatly appreciate it. If you enjoy my stuff, if you enjoy mini painting, that kind of stuff, yeah. Make it too. Best way to support me. It's a cool little dragon. Thank you, actually. So this is from a game called The Wandering Village. And what happens in The Wandering Village is you actually meet this guy called Onbu. He's like a little dragon-like guy. And you actually build a city on his back, which is really fun and really enjoyable, and I absolutely love that. By the way, if you got to raid and run, please raid and run, drink, eat, etc. Yada yada. He's almost at 1,000. I'm almost at 1,000 on YouTube. Yeah, I'm at like 975, 976, something like that. So he built a whole civilization on his back, and it's a really cool environmental message as well, because the world is so polluted. The only place that people can really live is on Onbu's back and a few selective other enclaves. So it's a very fun world that I've really enjoyed. Actually, let's get Minotaur Hideout. I want to paint that. I want to paint with that one. So yeah, I highly recommend playing the game. It's not an expensive game, which is the nice part about it. But if you like city builders, it's a very fun game. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, I actually just didn't do anything with this mini for, I want to say, like a few months. And then Sleepy Sama, my moderator, was like, Steph, do your Onbu mini. I'm like, oh shit, you're right, girl. But Maggie, welcome on, and I hope you are having a wonderful day, and I can't thank you enough for your raid and trusting me with your community. Everyone, hope you're enjoying it. City Builders, you say a friend of mine is into those? Yes, yeah. No, it is a fantastic game. Highly recommend it. It's very cute, and it's definitely a little heartbreaking. Because it's got some really emotional bits to it. So, highly recommend. Definitely play it if you can. We're trying to get a little bit of shading here. We're gonna go back over it later on too. The Wandering Village. Don't feel, it's okay to ask. I ain't gonna like bite your head off. It's all good. Listen, I got ADHD. My audio processing is jack shit. I'm not gonna hate you for that. I got the Nero Spicy. Yeah, definitely. It's a fantastic and lovely game. Nice little environmental message in there too. Minotaur Hide might not have been the color to choose. I'm actually on here. Or maybe it would have been a better color to do this way. That might be it. Maybe it would have been a better color to start off with, like on the bottom. And make it a wider spread color. Let's try that. They're already fucking in it. May as well. give it some testing now. That's down with that. Again, if you got ready to run, please ready to run. If you just want to relax, that's what we're here to do. Oftentimes during these streams, I'm pretty quiet, and we're just here to work together, do silly stuff together. Every once in a while, I'll bring up something that I'm thinking about, whether it be political, which plenty of strong opinions on that, or whether it be religious, or whether it be about the latest video game I'm playing. We have a lot of weird conversations when I do these streams. I'm an atheist, and I think religion's really cool as a historical thing. But boy, do I love the hypocrisy of the Greek Orthodox religion, the religion I was born into and raised in. So, like, I have plenty of thoughts on that as an example. It is so cute, Maggie. Please. If you ever get the chance to get it, I highly recommend it. It's a very cute game. And this was a mini that was designed by some dude online, obviously. And I got printed by a local 3D printer who just does it as a kind of like a hobby. It was really chill. Like, yeah, give me $40 and I'll print it. We actually printed, so this is a multi-part mini, and I'll show you guys the rest of it real quick. So the bottom part of the mini is actually a stand for Onbu to be on top of. We printed this, it looks like stone, it looks great. The second part is actually a villager who will be on Onbu like this. So the mini finalized will look along the lines of this, you know? And I'm gonna put grass and flock on the top too alongside sand. I think that'll be good. I might give him a full flesh wash right here. Other than that, I'm pretty much done with this guy. I don't really want to do too much more of it, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I like this mini a lot. I think it's based after one of the statues you get in the end game on the actual game. You get a bunch of statues at the end game, which are really cool. If I recall correctly, one of my earlier pictures of this guy was actually recognized by Stray Fawn Studio, the people who made the game. That was really cool. Like, ah, Senpai noticed me. Yeah, I can't wait to have this done. I posted it in the Stray Fawn Discord as well. It was just kind of fun. People really liked it there too, which is really cool. Giving it a little bit more of a clay-y look is happening basically. And then the deep parts. Maybe I should have used oak brown for this part now that I'm thinking about it. Minotaur hide's a good color, but it's very red. That's not what I really wanted to go for, but it doesn't look bad. Oh, hold on. There's still some internal structures that are falling apart. Every once in a while this happens. I was literally like pulling internals out of this earlier today. Okay, now it's quiet. I guess it fell out. Cool. Get back to the Minotaur hide. And I'm also like a newbie at mini painting, so not the best. If you're mini painting and you know a lot better than me, I always accept tips. Don't be a dick about it. Pretty new to the hobby, but I'm enjoying it. We're gonna do some dry brushing in monster hide or monster flesh or whatever it's called. Get that brown back on there. Kind of like the paler brown. It is more hollow. Yeah, it's more hollow on the inside. So inside here, basically, when you 3D print resin, a lot of times they'll have like internal structures. Over time, it looks like this one's just kind of like I moved it around enough that a lot of them broke. They'll come out through the hole sometimes, but like I don't know if you can hear it, but there's one in there, and they often here. Let me get a piece. They often look like this. They just kind of fall out. It makes sure that it prints well, but like on the model itself, it's whatever. It's, you know, yeah. It makes sure that the model prints and isn't busted when it comes out, which is great. But yeah. So there are resin printers nowadays, which are great for minis and models. And then there are FDM printers. So I think a great example would actually be another part of the Onbu miniature. So this is an FDM printed mini. And you can see here, got these lines. And you can kind of see them throughout the area too. You can even hear them. This is FDM printed, so it's a plastic that's printed onto itself. However, it's stone and it's made to look like stone, so you can kind of get away with it, right? Another great example is my Eagle 1 miniature, which I had someone print for me as well. You can very clearly see those lines, and I'm actually hating this mini so much now that I see just how bad the paint is working with these lines. I want to throw this the fuck away. Jesus Christ. It looks horrible. I hate this. I know people might say it looks great. I fucking hate this. I'm looking at it. It's so bulgy. The paint looks like shit. It's horrible. However, a resin printed model, as an example, I have some Helldivers here. Yeah, I don't have the ability to sand it too much, though, unfortunately. Look how smooth that is. That's nice and smooth. This Eagle 1 model fucked up, and I'm probably gonna get another one. And one day I give it to a friend of mine. But that friend is fucking like... But like, I don't want to give something shitty to a friend. You know what I'm saying? I could. Yeah, I could. But I'd also need to make sure that that putty now is straight and conformed too. If I put something in there, I gotta make sure that stays straight and conformed. This is a resin model. You can see just how well that resin works. It's so good. So if I got something 3D printed, I gotta get it fucking resin printed, honestly. It looks really good. Not that FDM printers can't work, but and actually, here's the fun thing. This is actually repaired with putty. There's this putty called Green Stuff, and the back of the Onbu's tail here is actually busted. So I fixed it with that putty, but you can still see where that putty changes from the actual resin, because I couldn't get it all the way proper sanded down without risking the integrity of everything else. And I don't care to also like spend hours sanding that one down. You know what I'm saying? Not that important to me. But professionals who do this as a commission thing, They will spend hours sanding that one part down, easy. They have a patience I do not have. FDM printers are great if you have the time, patience, and stuff. If you're not doing anything detailed and you can sand it down, fantastic. And you know what? Even if the different nozzles, they work out great. There's like a 0.02 millimeter nozzle or whatever. That makes a lot of FDM printing look great, but resin's the fucking way to go. For miniatures. For a lot of other applications, FDM is the way to go. But solely for miniatures, you want to go resin. FDM can do a lot of practical things, like make stands. Like I gifted someone a Oculus Rift, the first gen stuff, and I said I didn't have any of the stands for it, and they go, you know, I'm just gonna fucking 3D print them. I'm like, yeah, perfect. Just 3D print the fucking stands, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. No, so you could do that. That works fantastically. I wish I didn't say I want to send things to you, and hey, the things I'm gonna send to you, eventually you're just like, I hate them because I think they look like shit. You know what I'm saying? Dude, printing organize. Yeah. FDM works great for stuff like that. FDM works great for stuff like that. FDM is not great for miniatures, unfortunately. Not yet, at least. Maybe one day in the future, it'll be like fucking insane. Which, to be fair, in the past 5 years, FDM has gone so far. So like FDM printers, all you need is the printer and space and patience, and that's about it. Resin printers, you need the resin, you need the reservoirs, you need the drying space, you need the curing space, and you need a fume hood because you can die if you just breathe in resin for fun. Yay. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful. There's literally so many accessories to resin printing, it becomes significantly less affordable. That looks really good. Yeah. That looks really fucking good, actually. Look at that. That looks rough like rock. You got the outlines there. That's looking sweet. Very happy with how that's turning out, actually. That's a great thing, yeah. So there's a few ways you could highlight. So I'm doing dry brushing right now. I just take this brush, I wipe a bunch of the paint off, and then barely any of it comes off, but you'll see it come off, obviously, like there, you know what I'm saying? Like, as an example, there's nothing here right now. There it is, you know what I'm saying? It's a very easy way of edge highlighting where I don't have to go in each individual edge and go. Though I will do that for some of these edges. There are some edges that aren't hit by the edge highlighting. I will go back and do. But, yeah. Yeah, no, there's a million ways to highlight. There's a million techniques. Some people are a little elitist with their techniques, which is kind of stupid, in my opinion. Like, you can't do this, you have to do that. There's a lot of good ways of learning, a lot of advanced techniques, and dry brushing is a fantastic technique to have in your pocket at all times, in my opinion. I use it a lot. Not only that, edge highlighting, like what I'm doing right now, is great for, like, I want this part specifically to be really strong and edge highlighted. Hey, that's awesome. What are you painting? I'm actually doing a charity stream in July. And one of the things I want to do is actually like a Bob Ross paint along. I'm very excited for that. I asked questions about it on my Discord to see what people think, so I'm going with that. What are you painting? Tell us, please. I want to know. Oh, do you have the new Gundam Assemble minis? They look sick as hell, and they're pretty affordable from what I've heard. Or do you have Gunpla that you want to do like big Gunpla? Those I never got confident with painting, but it's really good to learn how to do some kind of like, yeah. Oh hell yeah. Yes! Oh, I want the Gundam Assemble Minis so bad. They look so good. I'll say this, the Maggie, if you're actually ever interested in doing that, let me know. We could definitely set up a time to paint together if you ever want to. No pressure, obviously. But Maggie's a very fun streamer, and I'd love to collab again. We collabed once for a repo, if I recall correctly. Could do that again. Okay, 2 sets, but I have 2 more. Yeah! Alright, if you like mechs, look into Battletech. They're affordable, they're very fun, they're very nice. Let me show you some of my Battletech mechs real quick. I'm gonna sell you on Battletech. The world is fantastic. And it's great future dystopian stuff that talks about neo-feudalism. So, Battletech comes with a buttload of really cool looking mechs you can fucking paint, right? This is House Kirita, this is the SLDF, this is my personal group of eco-terrorists. You're aware? Fuck yeah! You have the action figures from the 90s cartoon, that's awesome. These are my eco-terrorists, I love them. But yeah, alright, so you know Battletech, I don't need to sell you on them, get some Battletech. There's my pitch, you know it, get it, good shit. Never got to the actual game, might pick it up when I run out of minis. Dude, hey, never determine that a mini's to practice on. I mean, because every mini's a practice, no matter what, no matter how good you are, every time you paint you're practicing, but like, just have fun with it. You never need to designate what's practice, what's not. You want to paint Battletech now? Bad luck, idiots! Hi, Archimedes. Have fun with it. Practice or no, stick around, have fun. Good news is you can always put it in isopropyl and repaint it later. You know? Yeah, Reaper was a lot of fun, Maggie. We gotta talk more about hanging out in the future. Maggie's got good fucking vibes, y'all. You all know that because you fucking follow her. She's great. Funniest thing is, I don't remember if Maggie's like a family-friendly streamer. Sometimes she gives the vibe that she is, but also, like sometimes she doesn't. I don't remember. Half the time, it's like, am I allowed to curse in Maggie's chat? And I think I usually am. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah. Like, I'm 90% sure Maggie's like, yeah, you can curse. I'm cool with that. And I'm like, cool, I can curse. I swear like a sailor. But I was like, I don't remember. Maggie gives family friendly sometimes. The vibes. You can curse in my chat? Fuck yeah, dude. You are encouraged to curse in my chat. How are you doing today, Archimedes? I hope you're doing well. Nice thing about dry brushing as well, Armstrong, a lot of areas like this will only get a little bit of dry brushing because it's only a small edge, and then you get a very subtle edge, and it's very nice. Same thing down here. It's got a little bit on there, but not a lot. You'll see random violent things on one. God bless. We love that vibe. Are you kidding me? Yeah, so when you dry brush, important thing, when you dry brush, a great example is this mimic here. I dry brush this tongue. I dry brush the gums, and I dry brush the inside of the mouth. I also dry brush the wood. The pressure you put on your dry brushing will determine how much of it gets that paint. So as an example, I did a lot of heavy dry brushing with the blue on here, even though I had a purple or a red undercoat, which made this part very heavy, and this part, the blue in here, a lot less. I also put a gloss varnish on there, so it looks very wet, and it feels kind of wet. But because of the pressure of dry brushing, this got a lot darker blue, while this area just got blue highlights. Because of the light dry brushing, I was able to get a lot of pink in here to do edge highlighting and stuff like that. And I also went over on it later on with a little edge, just like kind of deal, as well. However, I also got a very different kind, but similar kind of like shading done on the eyes using glazing. So I painted the eyes yellow and then really thinned out an orange and let the orange act almost like a wash in that area and just get into the crevices and leave the yellow more or less alone, and then went back over it with a little bit of yellow. So there's a million ways to do similar things. But also dry brushing here, and you can see the deeper parts of the wood are darker brown. And a very heavy dry brushing on that tongue. So like, a lot of things. Yeah, thank you. This is a really fun one. This is a, that made me look sick, thank you. I don't want to spoil too much, but for part of the charity event, I do end up, thank you, that was a lot of fun. I am gonna be like giving away minis as part of the charity event for incentives. So this is actually one of the ones, while I love it, I am considering giving it away because I think this is something that people would want to have in their D&D games, you know? So it's one of those. I'm very proud of it. And I think this is one that I would definitely want to give away for charity. You know what I'm saying? That's besides the point. That's besides the point. I've revealed too much about the charity event already. We still have like 4 months of planning to go. And that's not guaranteed either. But it's one of those that I've been thinking about. Like, yeah, I love this mini. A lot of people like it. I would love to make it a reward so people could donate to get it. No? I always paint it again too. I'm not worried about it. That's like something I love and adore. If someone wants to use it for a game, I want to get it out. And thank you very much for the compliments on my. But yeah, Armstrong, if you ever have any questions about mini painting, please ask. I'm a novice at it. I'm not great at it. Let me know. I'll answer the best I can, yeah? There's also a lot of mini painters in the Discord. If you have any questions, I bet you could ask them in off your arts section or RPG. Tomato, tomato, baby. Don't compare yourself. Ask for advice, never compare. That's something took me a little while to learn. I was very like conscientious of where I was for a while. I know I'm a novice, and that's fine. I would be considered tabletop ready for any games that people want to play. If you want to go by Warhammer standards, but yeah. See you later, Maggie. Bye. I can't believe Maggie's dead, everyone. But then I can still hear her voice. I want those Gundam Assemble minis so bad. One day I'm gonna get them. They look really good. I know, and I hear they're very, very affordable compared to GW. No, this part's gotta be dry brushed first before I do anything else. Hold on.
Take our wishes upon your way into the sky, soaring ever high beyond.
That's better.
Anywhere beyond the world to eternity.
I went to the vet for my cat today. I have discovered a few new things about him. Hopefully your cat's okay? Important question? Welcome back from ads, everyone. Yeah, hopefully your cat's okay, Archimedes, and not like dying in the vet. Or whatever you brought him to the vet for. Sure. I'm actually gonna mix that and then the skin color I have I've been using. Mix those two together. Brown to act as a highlight for some of these parts. Bad. Like right here, there's some very small crevices I highlight on. Nothing like right there. I don't think that'd be a big natural highlight, so I won't. That. Oh, another fun tip, Armstrong. Choose a color that's gonna be your base color, and mix colors to make shades after that. So I'm mixing, as an example, Monster Brown with Fair Skin. Get a lot of these tones right here. I did use a little bit of Minotaur Hide to get some of that undertone of red, but other than that, and I think that's the weakest part of it, if I'm being honest. Other than that, try to mix with the same colors. If you're using a specific white on your mech, and you want to give it a shade, or you want to give it brighter colors, start with make that white a gray, and then move up to that shade. Like as an example, yeah. This here is a mech that looks white. However, this is all gray with white that's used to highlight it. White is the hardest color to paint with, alongside yellow. Those colors will piss you the fuck off, and they piss me off all the time. Do not worry about them. They're pain in the asses. White and yellow, horrible colors to paint with. And yeah, because a lot of Gundams are just pure white. We went because he's an elder cat and scratches himself too hard on the ears. He didn't fear the vet. I found out that he has a slight bacterial infection. Hopefully that infection gets better. But yeah, everything's basically based around that one brown color I've been using. That Minotaur color. Highlights in. Mostly white with yellow. Fuck, that sucks. That sucks, bud. Oh shit. Gotta put both the worst colors in there, huh? I was dotting yellow with a toothpick on the eyes. Nice. Yeah, eyes are hard. Eyes are hard. I do not get them right often. They are hard. I have a very specific brush for like tiny little bits like the eyes. Most of his teeth are missing, but the holes are closed out so that I don't have the semi-wet food. Ah, I gotcha. Well, hopefully, it doesn't affect. He's still able to live a very long and happy life. Well, most of it. Well, the rest of his long and happy life. What I'm doing now is I'm just kind of looking for like some natural like paint inclusion, just like, not all my paint is perfect, so I'm like, let's put a little bit of a marker here. Oh, awesome. God, I love Monster Hunter music, guys. This shit's great. If I recall correctly, this would be GU from the Switch. And technically the 3DS, but... Great game. Put me in the mood. 13 is a year. We still have quite a few years. About 7 if we do it right. Yeah, hopefully the next 7 years are no, or a lot less teeth. No, cats go like 15 to 20 years. Do we do it, chat? Do we finish everything today, chat? We do. We do. To find my supplies. Where are they? Hello. Alright. We finish this all today. Give me one moment. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go, because this looks great. I'm gonna go seal this. It's gonna take like 15 minutes. We're gonna seal it. We're gonna come back. We're gonna finish everything. This video will be fucking done. We're doing the base too. So I'm gonna go seal everything. It'll take me a minute. Well, it'll take me less than a minute, but like, it'll take a few minutes for the sealer to dry. So I'm just using one of these. Yeah, that's it. Literally sprayed the shit out of everything just a second ago. Be right back. Oh boy, this smells like stuff you could huff. Don't huff it. Probably dangerous. Alright, I'm gonna clean up my brushes. I'll be right back. Well, I mean, I'm still gonna be here. And maybe you'll hear me muttering off to the side. I'll be very low volume because I'm far away from the mic right now. But like, yeah. Also, a fun little fact for everyone on cleaning your brushes, which is very, very important. So when you get back, there's something I've been wondering about too. Is there a brush on seal coat, or is that just something you really need to spray it for? I'll tell you in a second, but to clean your brushes, what I literally do is I just take a little bit of soap, and I put hot water, and I do this kind of stuff. And then I get a whole bunch of that soap in there, and that's how I clean my brushes. Clean your brushes, keeps them lasting longer. They will break. They will eventually break. They will be done with. And once they're done with, fucking get rid of them and get new ones. Or repurpose them. Sometimes you can cut like a brush and it'll be like a really good like dot brushing. Be right back. All right. Let me do this real quick. All right, I'm back. So, the answer to your question, Armstrong, is yes. This is gloss varnish. I use this to seal the inside of the mimic's mouth. I also use this to seal the eye of my beholder, which you can see compared to the rest of the mini is actually doing just fine. Same thing with the mouth of the beholder, which still looks just fine, but the rest of the mini is actually starting to chisel out because I did not seal it back then. I also use gloss varnish on the water here because it makes sense to have the water with gloss varnish. So yes, there are varnishes and finishes you can paint on as you would a normal paint. However, because I have access to the outdoors, I prefer to spray it on. It tends to be a little better in my opinion. It has to be a little less goopy. So you end up getting a bit smoother of a finish here. Which, by the way, look at that. The one thing I might do is dry brush a little bit of green on here later on. But it's thin, it's even, it's nice, it's great. And the same thing with primer. If you want to use primer, you can use a paint-on primer. However, again, I prefer spray-on primers. And I would recommend you having 3 primers. A white, a black, and either a brown or a gray. Depending on your project, a different color primer is going to be better or worse. And as an example, this was primed brown, obviously, right? However, a lot of my minis for, do you know, Armstrong, do you know Monster Hunter, out of curiosity? This was also primed brown, as an example. You know Monster Hunter? Not particularly, but alright, so Fatalis is the big bad of Monster Hunter typically. I missed a few bits to prime on here, so I'm going to prime them again later. However, this Fatalis I'm actually going to be doing as white Fatalis, because I could go from black to white, or black to gray to white pretty easily. This Fatalis, I'm going to be doing as Crimson Fatalis, because this Crimson is going to match the red easier than black would, in my personal opinion. These are going to both be the same dragon, just different colors, red and white. And I chose different priming colors for them. And this here is standard Fatalis, which I obviously primed in black and then went on forward to make more colors out of it and stuff. Anyways. Alright, let's get on to this part now. So, we have glue. Don't sniff this stuff. I need a brush. I forgot about the brush. Where's my cup? So, usually what happens is in the game, half of the back is, like rock and stuff. The other half is like trees and stuff. So I have 2 things I'm going to use on it. Sand and flock. I like the flock a lot, more than I like the standing stuff. So put this guy a little in here. And I kind of just randomly do that. And spread it out with this brush. I should have made it thinner. I did not make it thin enough because I'm a ding dong. That's way too thick. That is way thick. Hold on, slow down. But the good news is we can get rid of it nice and slowly. Do not panic if you make a mistake. Just slowly work on it. I'm panicking. No, I'm not. I like memeing about it. But I'm getting rid of a lot of the glue that I realized I did not need that much of. I don't work with glue often. I don't work with terrain as much as I want to. I actually want to do more terrain stuff. I'm not gonna lie. And from here, we're gonna be a little careful. I'm gonna do it over here. You can literally just use like actual sand too. And it'll work just as well, I promise you that. Yeah, that went all over my desk. Not all over. Quite a bit over. More than I wanted it. Oh. Only happy accidents. Exactly. Exactly. Look at that. That looks smooth. I got a whole bunch of it on my desk. Hold on. Gonna literally just like get a whole bunch of it in my hands real quick. Here's the thing. I'm not getting rid of this. Putting it right back in. Save everything you can. They're gonna try to extort money from you. You save what you can. That's a little glued on. I'm not gonna save that bit. Then, I'm putting it back into a bag so it doesn't fall out all over my room again. Oh yeah, I fucking love Bob Ross. Great guy. Nice and stored. And also, again, I plan on doing a Bob Ross kind of paint along for the charity event. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking at a lot of starter kits that are pretty cheap comparative to like other starter kits. Like there's some $20, $30 starter kits I'm looking at. Hoping to get those done, and honestly, like get people to do those. I think that'd be really cool. All right, now to paint this, so I need to get glue everywhere that the feet are not. Essentially. So oh, stop, stay still. Come on. Glue went everywhere. I know what your glue brushes are for, artist. I know what they're truly for. Fellow degenerate. That you're not drawing glue with your glue brush on whatever fucking Clip Studio paint you got. No, you're drawing something else. God bless your work. Don't ask me how I know this. Or do. I should say Tumblr. That'd be my answer to that. I learned this from Tumblr. You're like, yeah, definitely glue. Use this brush I'm giving you for definitely glue on your art about arts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, uh-huh. It looked like it took me 2 minutes to finally clock what you meant. Ah, fuck it. Put the glue everywhere. Hold on. Let's just put it here. I don't care at this point. Go everywhere. If I gotta fucking whatever, that's fine. Go everywhere. We could make this name. No. So we'll be painting alongside me. I will have a mini painting kit that will be Bob Rossing together. That's the goal of that charity stream. Oh, that fell everywhere. I am definitely leaving a mess in here. I'm gonna be a little more careful. The Bob Ross-esque kind of stream where I will be the Bob Ross. You're 82 ace? That's fair. Listen, for me, sex is a punchline. I love it. It's funny as hell. Sex is a great punchline for me. Any sex, I will make a joke out of it. It's funny as shit. To me. Not to everyone. This is my stream, so you get my humor. Yeah, no. We will be, let me put it like this. I will be, a few months before the event happens, I will be releasing the kit that if you want to paint along with me, you could get by the time the event starts. So I think I already know what kit I'm going to get because I put up the poll a little while ago on Discord. Only one person said they wanted to paint, and basically I'm going by what they want to paint, what kit we get, because if one person wants to paint, I'm gonna go by what that one person wants to paint by, you know what I'm saying? I got some opinions, and like we may do two. It's one of those where what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do one or two, but at the same time, I put all the money I make on streaming to the charity event. So any money I make on Twitch from now until the charity event will go directly to the charity event. So yeah, that's it. If I don't make enough money, I can't do a lot, you know? And that's fine. Like, no pressure to anyone to support me. But, you know, it's one of those where it's like, I put everything I make basically on Twitch back to the charity event I make on Twitch. And I love doing that. I think it's wonderful that I have the ability to do that. Sometimes I put it back in terms of like, I do matches, like dono matches and stuff like that. This year I'm going to try to put it back in terms of making very fun, interactive streams and a small match. And a small match. I can't do a big match this year. I don't have a lot of money, but I could do a small match, and I'm going to do that. For sure. Hold on. I gotta... There we go. Perfect. Cool. So I always try to do a little something to give to the community. You know. Or to make it very interactive with the community. Sometimes it's games where it's like, hey, we're gonna do a interactive game where the community can screw me over. Because I've not been playing games as much comparative to what I used to do. It's a lot more painting. So it's like, how do we paint together? I really want to paint together. You know, I love painting with people. I've done some bodybuilding painting before. And I'm really sad that the people I've done it before just don't do it anymore. That's okay. Like, you know, they go on to different interests and shit. That's like sad because like I was like, fuck, I really liked painting with these people. How do I get to painting with you guys? That's my question, you know? Oh, 100%. No US import. That is fucking valid. 100%. No. Good news is a lot of the stuff, like, if you're going to be joining on that, you'll import from fucking UK. A lot of mini makers are in the UK. So if you get anything mini related, you'll typically get it from the UK. I do not blame you for not importing from the US. I fully support that. As a United States citizen, I fully support you boycotting and using your fucking capitalistic right to boycott the United States. That is capitalism, baby. Fucking do it. I approve. That's a botanist approved message. The only way companies will. Eat the original of that? Damn fucking Skippy, dude. First time using Flock, I absolutely. Alright, let this dry for a bit. Okay. I think we're pretty much done after I do something real quick. And I'm very excited to do that because like this has been a mini that's been in the making for a little while that I just kind of forgot about. Remember seeing some of your previous streams with this guy? You put a lot of work into it for sure? Yeah, I did. I just forgot about him since those streams. I think my last stream was with him. My last time I worked on him was literally last year. Oh, so fucking close. That is so fucking close. Hold on. We should probably wait to apply the rest. Like, maybe give it a little bit of, like, tap down.
I don't like ouchies. I don't like ouchies.
It's true, I don't like ouchies. The support came out. Fucking support came out. Look at that. Give this a second. What we're going to do is we're going to have to fill in some areas like right here. And like here, I didn't get enough glue, it looks like. So we're gonna have to do a little bit more gluing. A stretch? Give me 1 second and I will. Ah, fuck, I got all over my hands. I can make a Neon Genesis joke. Fuck. Alright, well, I'm not doing that. I can make a Neon Genesis joke. Oh, Steph, you're going to hell. Fucking Neon Genesis Evangelion. I'm so glued. I'm strong knew what I was talking about, man. Fucking degenerate. Let's go. We love degeneracy. I'm so glued up. Ah, stretch and a hydrate. Thank you very much, Archie. Give myself a little second. Ugh. Nice, good stretch on the back. These are the supports that are inside of it. You can tell that they're really busted up. So yeah. They'll come out over time, I guess. I didn't think they would, but they do. I'm so glued up. Usually these jokes fly over my head. I miss the days where I was a bit more innocent. Fair enough. If you watch Neon Genesis, you're not innocent though. Neon Genesis is fucked up in a multitude of ways. There's something special about Neon Genesis. I'll say that much. I think it's fucked up. Freud would have a fun time with that show. You know what that is? It's a mecha anime. It's I would say it's a cult classic. It's got some really cool badass scenes in it. But at the same time, it's one of those, it's like there's a lot. That's one hell of a fucking anime, dude. You don't wanna. It's a lot. It's a lot. Just watch the abridged. It's fun. There. Actually, if you want a good mecha anime, the first 2 seasons of Code Geass are great. They're actually good. I've heard that the latest one's not great. Kind of invalidates all of what happened in the original Code Geasses, which is like, okay, well that sucks. Yeah, cool. Cash cow shit. Love that. The Monster of the Week robot stuff, but also gets psychological. Yeah, it does. Oh, you don't like giant robots? Damn. No class argument. No, I'm kidding. I love giant robots. You kidding me? Fucking love them. All right. All that flock back in here. Can I redeem myself? Yeah, you can redeem yourself with JoJo poses. 100%. We love JoJo in this house. We love JoJo in this house too. JoJo's fucking dope as shit. Fun shit. We love JoJo. The last time we played Lethal Company, one of my friends, Prime, has a soundboard, and the soundboard had the Golden Wind bum bum bada bum bum bada bum on it, and he played it right when there was one of the sound dogs. Oh yeah, for a Steel Ball Run. Hell yeah, dude. So he's trying to run away from the sound dog. Alas, he's got this fucking soundboard going on, and it's goddamn insane. It's hilarious and shit. He's like, no, stop sounding board, stop doing the soundboard. You can't fucking make it stop. It's so fucking funny. The dog's chasing the Golden Wind. Oh yeah, I just put it up today on YouTube. Literally. Funny as hell, dude. Cool. Another thing that had been suggested to me in the past was to go over with one more layer of glue when everything dries. To really seal it in there. I don't know if it's gonna work with block though. Might just want to do sealer over it again. Do I want to do the edge here in fucking flock too? Yeah, I do. I talked about my drawing horses, my artistic itches back. The room's dark. I have no drawing material for an arm reach, and my roommate will be pissed if I put any lights on. Fucking draw it either way. Fucking have fun drawing. I mean, I don't imagine you're in your roommate's room. It'll be fine, right? If you're in your own room. In your own room, that's fine. If your roommate's watching you in your own room, that's a little creepy. Don't, you know. Don't let that happen. Oh, the bird. Chaddock can live. Chaddock's got it. Don't worry, she's fine. She's woken you up. It's fair. All's fair. Birds wake you up all the time. Fair enough, yeah. I'm excited for Steel Ball Run. It'll be a good time, I think. I'm let these dry for a few minutes. We'll get back to them in a second, alright? We're actually gonna do a lot of cleaning now because I don't want to deal with all the cleaning stuff later. And while we're waiting, we'll clean, you know, that kind of deal. Not sure if I like this anymore. We'll see. I'll think about it for the next like 10. I can probably just scrape it off if I don't think it. All right. Oh, what happened? Shit, something happened. Oh, I couldn't care less about your word pluralization. Fuck that. You know, I don't like it. We're fixing it now. I don't like it going all the way to the edge. That sucks. That fucking sucks. I hate it. Fuck that. We're fixing it now. Before it dries fully. Actually, having scraped some of it off actually looks pretty good with like the very little bits on here. Actually, I like that. That's actually pretty nice. Kind of like dusted green there. Fine with that actually. It's like, all right. See how this guy looks. You guys ready? Hold on. Can I get this a little further? Yeah, there we go. So first and foremost, these two. Up here. Hold on. See if I can get it a little higher. Look at that. That looks wonderful. That's all done. That's all fucking done, dude. Alright, I'm in the VOD here, so because it is 10:30. Everyone say goodbye to YouTube. But YouTube, thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a good one. YouTube, stay safe. Stay Botanist Cool. I'll see you soon. Bye, YouTube. Oh my god, I'm so fucking proud. This looks amazing. I'm so fucking proud. This looks fucking amazing.